I've been getting a lot of comments about my tint lately. People have been asking me, what kind of tint do you have? What's the percentage? Can you even tint the roof of my Model Y? I finally decided to make a video about it to inform you on helping decide on getting tint for your car. But before I do that, make sure you guys check with your local laws, as tinting the front windows and the passenger and driver windows of any car is technically illegal in California. And in most states, tinting the windshield is also illegal. So tint the windows at your own risk. What is up, guys? It's Chris, Everydaychris, and welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for Tesla, tech, and everyday life. Now, having said all that stuff, why did I even tint my car? Well, let me take you a little journey on the past. I was in college and I left my radar detector and all my valuables in my car. My car wasn't tinted and I must have forgotten to lock my door. And because the windows weren't tinted, you could easily tell the car wasn't locked. So I came back the next morning and they stole everything. It was then I learned, always lock your car and tint your windows. I learned about tinting my car so that people can't look into my car. #1, to see if it's unlocked, and #2, to see any valuables I may have left behind on accident out in the open. And another plus side to this is it also helps decrease any excessive heat from the sun if you get a quality tint. Not only that, it allows me to be super creepy and stare at people at a red light, and I get to pick my nose freely. So ever since that incident, every car I've owned, I've always tinted my front window. But now I have a more useful reason to tint my Tesla. First, the Tesla is an all-electric car, which means when you run the AC on high, it can drain the battery faster. By tinting the car, the tint helps reject any excessive heat from the sun from entering your car, therefore allowing you to run the AC less. There's a lot of specifics to this, so I'll go into detail about it later. The second reason to tint your car is, of course, privacy. You're in your Tesla a lot, especially on road trips, simply because you have to charge your car. Being able to have a tad more privacy while you wait to charge your car is super nice, because whenever I'm next to someone and I'm charging my car, it's so easy to look into their car if their windows aren't tinted. And some people even sleep in their cars, so with tint as well as a heat shield, windshield, sunshade, you can have the most privacy. I do want to say, with many SUVs like the Tesla Model Y, you'll notice it looks like it's tinted in the rear glass as well as the hatch. This is a huge misconception because it's not tinted. They actually just dye the glass a darker color. That way it provides more privacy. However, it doesn't offer any UV protection or any infrared or heat rejection. But what percentage is the rear tint? Honestly, it's usually around 20 to 25%, but it's much lighter in the sun. On sunny days, you can easily look into the rear seats, even with the privacy glass. Luckily, with Teslas at least, they do coat the windows with UV protection and infrared protection, so it definitely helps with the heat rejection. But if it's super hot out, it's not enough. Like for me, I have this super long giraffe neck, so my head is super close to the roof. On super hot days, I can feel the heat beaming down on top of my head. I can easily feel the heat from the windshield as well as the windows, so I realized I had to do something. I did a ton of research and wanted the best tint for heat rejection as well as privacy, and for me, ceramic tint fit the bill. You also want to make sure you consider the interior color of your car. Black doesn't reflect light as well, so you can get away with a lighter tint if you wanted to. However, a white interior really brightens up our car inside, so having a dark tint isn't that bad. Now, this next part is where I go into different types of tint and tint terms, so nerd alert. If you guys want to skip ahead and see what percentage I did with my tint as well as my recommendations, then you can go ahead and use the chapters below. Otherwise, you can keep on watching. Now, there are a ton of tints and tint brands out there. Which one is a good one? But the big ones that I know are companies like 3M, Lumar, Super Optic, Rayno, and even Xpel, the company that did my clear bra. And honestly, you can't go wrong with any of these big companies. Just make sure the tint companies have a lifetime warranty from fading, cracking, bubbles, anything. Also know that the more premium the tint is, the pricier it is. You gotta pay to play, baby. Aside from the brands, there are usually various types of car tint. Now, to make it easy, I'm just gonna stick with one brand, which everyone knows, 3M. 3M sells a ton of different tints, and if you're not careful, you may end up with the wrong one. They sell super cheap tint that provide good privacy, but not good heat rejection, like the 3M FX series. And I don't really recommend this series because I did have it in one of my older cars, and it does give off a greenish gray color to it, and it offers very little heat rejection. They also sell some solid tint that has a better look to it, like their Color Stable series. And I put that on my Lexus RX, and while it does reject heat a tad better, on super hot days you can still feel the heat from the windows. Now, for my Tesla, I wanted the best heat rejection, so I looked up their ceramic series and was a tad disappointed. With their their 5% tint, I only saw 66% heat rejection, which is still really good, but I honestly wanted the best and the most heat rejection. They also have their most expensive tint, their 3M Crystalline series. This is actually perfect for people who still want the most heat rejection, but don't want the privacy, or they don't want to get pulled over by the 5-0 or the police for having illegal tint. Which is why for those type of people, I highly recommend the 3M Crystalline series. But for me, I wanted it all. I wanted the privacy as well as heat rejection. So I looked into a tint company called Rayno, and I researched the Rayno S9 Ceramic Tint, which offers a whopping 70% heat rejection, and I was sold. Now, what makes ceramic tint so good? First, it's coated with ceramic, so there's no metal at all. Just know any tint with metal you want to stay away from because it does block GPS, cell phone signals, and any type of other interference signals, so it's honestly not worth it. Other benefits of ceramic tint is that it has the highest heat rejection and reduces glare the best. The only downside to the ceramic tint, however, is that it is more expensive. On average, to tint the whole car with ceramic may cost $900 or more. Other things you want to look out for when you are looking at tint are specific terms like heat rejection and infrared rejection. Now, like I said, good companies all offer 99% UV rejection regardless of the price point, and that's something that you must have. Why? The radiation from the sun causes damage to skin, eyes, causes your dashboard to crack, causes the interior to fade and crack as well. I mean, the list goes on, so you want to have the most UV protection possible. There's other terms out there like infrared rejection and all, but I think the best one to look out for is TSER, or total solar energy rejected, as it's the sum of light, infrared, and ultraviolet. So pretty much when you're looking at the tint, you want to make sure you look for the highest TSER possible. However, this usually means that it's also the darkest tint, so you kind of have to outweigh the pros and cons of what your priorities are, if it's heat rejection or privacy. Speaking of dark tint, what do all the percentages mean? Pretty much the lower the percentage of tint, the less light the tint lets in. So let's say a 5% tint will only let in about 5% light into your cabin, making the tint look darker from the outside. This is super important for you if you care about privacy, as the darker the tint, the harder it is for someone to look into your car. But it also means it will be harder to see out at night. And choosing a good tint also depends on your window size. See how this can be confusing? There's so many terms and factors out there, you really have to consider what the best tint is for you. Like for me with my Lexus RX, having 5% in the hatch didn't really matter too much because my hatch window was so big and visibility wasn't bad. However, when I got 5% on my Tesla Model Y in the hatch, it was horrible because the way the hatch is shaped, there's barely any visibility. So when you look out the rear view mirror, you can't see anything even in the daytime. So what tint did we go with in our Tesla Model Y? For all our windows and our roof, we did the Rayno S9 ceramic tint for the most heat rejection. Like I said before, we did 5% in the hatch, but it was way too dark, so we ended up removing it and going with 35%. Again, your tint is already stained in the rear, so you're gonna be adding darker tint on top of that. So adding 5% ceramic tint on top of the stained glass makes it essentially like 0% or limo tint, so you really can't see into the back at all unless it's super dark outside and someone is shining a light inside of the vehicle. And it doesn't matter too much as we never really look out the mirrors in the back, and having 5% is great for our dogs and the most heat rejection. As for our front windows, we wanted privacy, so we wanted something like 15% tint. However, the place that we went to didn't offer 15%, they only offered 20%. And with the white seats in the sun, 20% still made it super easy to look into the car, and it's something we didn't like. So we ended up going with 5% in the front as well. And it's still lighter than the rears because the front windows aren't stained. However, it still is a little too dark for us, but overall we care more about the privacy, so it's okay. I would have loved to tint it like 50% as it would have been a perfect middle ground, but overall I'm happy with the 5%. As far as our roof, we also went with 5% as well for the most heat rejection. Now I wanted to point out that having ceramic tint offers the most heat rejection, but it also reflects light super easily. This means that with 5% tint at night in the front, you can easily see any light reflections inside the car, making visibility a little bit difficult. Also on super sunny days, it can be difficult looking up at the sky in your beautiful glass roof as the light reflects back at you, making it look like a mirror. It definitely takes away from that wow factor with the glass roof, so choose a lighter tint if you really care about that. However, the most heat does come from the roof, so keep that in mind as well. And I also love the Rayno S9's charcoal color of our tint. It almost looks black and it looks beautiful, especially with my white Model Y. And lastly, I did tint our windshield as well. I was able to tint it with 70% tint, which offers good heat rejection, but still not as good as ceramic. I did this because you can't really tell there's any tint on the windshield, which is good because if you tint your windshield any darker, you're most likely for sure gonna get pulled over by the police. As far as tint tinting the windshield and visibility goes, I don't see any halo effects, and it provides a slight bluish hue color to it. My only issue with this is that whenever you wear polarized sunglasses, everything on the outside that reflects light becomes polarized and super rainbowy. It's like a real life rainbow road. If it's something you can deal with, I would for sure recommend tinting the windshield, as a lot of heat comes from the windshield as well. Another cool thing about having ceramic tint is it acts as a barrier that makes it a little bit more difficult to break into the glass if anyone was trying to break into your car. Now I will say one thing, you pay all this money for the ceramic tint, you let your car sit out in the sun for a few hours and you come back and it's crazy hot inside and you're like, why did I spend all that money on that tint? Basic science: if an object is sitting in the sun for a long time under heat, regardless of the best tint in the world, the surface will heat up, therefore causing that heat to diffuse into the cabin. So on super sunny hot days when I leave my car out in the sun for a few hours, whenever I come back, you can still feel the heat as the surface is trying to cool down. The biggest difference, however, is that even though the sun rays are hot, when it is beaming into the car, you don't feel that heat. So once the car cools down, you don't have to run your AC as long. But anyways, I hope that video helped you in choosing the best tint you wanted for your Tesla. If you guys are in the OC area, I chose 2B1 Tint in Garden Grove, so give them a call as they do tint the roof and one of the few places that do tint the roof. But just make sure you call them and schedule an appointment, because they did tell me it takes like a whole day to tint the roof, as it is really difficult to do. Anyways, thanks for watching my video, guys, and I'll see you guys next week.